drunk in Dublin City.
Go down the Billy.
We got drunk, oh what a pity.
Go down Billy O'Shea.
Oh!
Go down the Billy. We're bound away for America. Go down Billy O'Shea.
Well, we got drunk on Rogerson's Quay.
Go down the Billy.
When we awoke, we're all at sea.
Go down Billy O'Shea.
We're not sailors, Captain Drew.
Go down the Billy.
And we don't wanna work for you.
Go down Billy O'Shea.
Oh!
Go down the Billy. We're bound away for America. Go down Billy O'Shea.
Well, the captain said I'm a cure for that.
Go down the Billy.
And here for a start is a taste of the cat.
Go down Billy O'Shea.
Oh! Sent him up to the topmast yard.
Go down Billy.
And when he hit the deck, sure he hit it right.
Go down Billy O'Shea.
Oh!
Go down the Billy. We're bound away for America. Go down Billy O'Shea.
So we wrapped him up in a canvas sail.
Go down the Billy.
And we lowered him gently o'er the rail.
Go down Billy O'Shea.
Over the side and down he goes.
Farewell, Billy.
He's gone to Davy Jones with a stitch through his nose.
Farewell,
Ow! Oh!
Farewell, Billy. We're bound away for America. Farewell, Billy.
And again!
Farewell, Billy. We're bound away for America. Farewell, Billy O'Shea.
I reckon it probably sounds like a sort of strange thing to say when you tell people that breaking your neck was one of the best things that's ever happened to you, but I reckon it probably was for me. I was out riding on a camping trip in December last year, quite happily exploring, and then I realised things had slipped out of my control a little bit when I woke up on a hospital bed surrounded by nurses that I knew who'd cut off my trousers and my jocks and catheterised me. I think it's fair to say we all got to know each other a little bit better that day, and there was a few people in the room found out that I was a bloody liar. Anyway, that's a curious thing, because you have those sort of moments in life where you realise just how important your family and your friends are, and how little some things matter. Anyway, I had that moment, and I had that sort of gift of feeling like I got given my life back, and it was really one of them situations where you think, okay, you can still move your limbs, you can still talk, you've still got most of your faculties. What are you going to do with it? And I sort of promised myself that, well, as far as you can, I try and not worry about the small stuff. I changed my job. I spend a bit more time focusing on what's important. I put my energy into fun things. Go for a swim every morning now, which is nice. But yeah, as I say, I think sometimes you just have to realise that even though that was hugely stressful for the family and friends, in a funny sort of a way, it was a gift. I reckon I've got 5 things I try and do to keep my head in the right space. Some of them are pretty simple, some of them perhaps a little more complicated, but I try and read every night before I go to bed because it helps me switch off. try and use my restless mind to do creative stuff. And make sure I catch up with my friends at least once a week. And when something like this happens, you really realise just how important your friends are. I pretty much cut out drinking because I realised that actually alcohol just made me feel worse, not better. And I've been a fan of beer my whole life, but yeah, I realised that that wasn't so good for me. So what have I covered? Daily exercise, reading before bed, doing something creative, catching up with your mates, and less drinking. That's probably it. That's probably the stuff that I need to do. That means that hopefully I'm a better husband, better father, happier man. I don't know whether anyone will get to see this video or not, but anyway, just in case. There'd be a few lads in the group who've stared death in the eye, and I don't reckon there can be many things that make you feel more alive than nearly dying. Old Mal Hatwell, who wrote the song Sailors Die Quite Often, I reckon he's going to heaven in instalments. He seems to be on his way there a bit at a time. His leg, his eye, various bits of him, but he's still here, he's still with us, he's still our most prolific songwriter, still got a beautiful singing voice. So I reckon right up until the final instalment, Mal, we'll keep you coming.
Billy Blake was reefing way up on the Royal Yard. The ship she heeled quite strongly and he fell down rather hard. We gathered round, the first mate spake, said Billy looked quite pale. So we lashed him in his hammock and we slipped him over the rails.
We slipped him over round the boys, we slipped him over the rails. Oh, sailors die quite often, but on board there ain't no coffin. So we lash them in their hammocks and we take them to the lee. Oh, sailors die quite often, but on board there ain't no coffin. So all safely in their wrappings, we just slip them in the sea.
Old Charlie kicked a block on the watch while sipping down a cuppa. He ended with his head stuck halfway through a leeward scupper. We fished him out and wiped his face, and then all neatly tied. We wrapped him in his hammock and we popped him over the side.
We popped him over the side, you boys, we popped him over the side. Oh, sailors die quite often, but on board there ain't no coffin. So we lash them in their hammocks and we take them to the lee. Sailors die quite often, but on board there ain't no coffin. So all safely in their wrappings, we just slip them in the sea.
An Irishman called Flanagan on middle watch was trickin'. The mizzen sheet wrapped round his feet and down the hatch did flick him. We sprinkled him with whiskey, put his squeeze box by his side. called in all the saints of Erin, and we sank him with the tide.
We sank in with the tide, me boys, we sank in with the tide. Old sailors die quite often, on board there ain't no common, so we lash them in their hammocks, and we take them to the lee. Old sailors die quite often, on board there ain't no common, so all safely in their hammocks, we just slip them in the sea.
The waves were running green, lads, and the decks were less than clear. A cargo net had made itself old Jimmy's final cheer. We wrapped him well to keep him warm and had a cup of tea. Then we dragged him down amidships and we cheered them, set him free.
We cheered and set him free, me boys, we cheered and set him free. Old sailors die quite often, but on board there ain't no common, so we lash them in their hammocks and we take them to the lee. Old sailors die quite often, but on board there ain't no common, so all safely in their hammocks, we just slip them in the sea.
A huge man was harpooner Sven, he always wore a scarf. A harpoon line entangled him and cut him clean in half. We put his bits together, in his hammock rolled him tight, then anointed him with whale oil and we plonked him in the bight.
We plonked him in the bight, me boys, we plonked him in the bight. Old sailors die quite often, but on board there ain't no common, so we lash them in their hammocks and we take them to the lee. Old sailors die quite often, but on board there ain't no common, so all safely in their hammocks, we just slip them in the sea.
Ah, soft pork bone got firmly caught down our bosun's throat. At 4 bells he just passed away, out bleeding like a goat. Remembering how he treated us, we left his hammock slack, and we smothered him with galley scraps and tossed him off the back.
We tossed him off the back, me boys, we tossed him off the back. Old sailors die quite often, but on board there ain't no common, so we lash them in their hammocks and we take them to the lee. Old sailors die quite often, but on board there ain't no common, so all safely in their hammocks, we just slip them in the sea.
Oh, sailing is a fearful life, and one can have much sorrow. You make a man a friend one day, and see him off tomorrow. When I ship out some weary day, on land don't lower me. I'd rather feed the fishes than damn earthworms, don't you see?
I'd rather feed the fishes than damn earthworms, don't you see? Old sailors die quite often, but on board there ain't no common, so we lash them in their hammocks and we take them to the lee. Old sailors die quite often, but on board there ain't no common, so all safely in their hammocks, we just slip them in the sea. Old sailors die quite often, but on board there ain't no common, so we lash them in their hammocks and we take them to the lee. Old sailors die quite often, but on board there ain't no common, so all safely in their hammocks, we just slip them in the sea.
Written by Mal Hatwell.